Before people get to me in the comments, I'm aware that Dunes exists. I believe Dunes has the best soundtrack in Serious Sam next to the Grand Cathedral. I believe that it's Crow Team's best use of the lens flare feature that they added in the 2001 classic release. I do agree that the arena is big enough for you to fully explore what Serious Sam is as a game formula, but there is no way that Dunes beats what I'm going to talk about today. So for me personally, in the first two encounters, mainly Serious Sam the first encounter, hands down the best level in the entire game is Oasis. Now I'll tell you why. It takes place after Valley of the Kings and after Moon Mountains if you did the secret statue destruction and got the secret pendulum to go to Moon Mountains. If you didn't, it happens right after Valley of the Kings. You basically start off in a luscious green environment, right, as you're seeing on the screen, and I'm just walking around slowly with the Tommy gun in hand, and this is where the game starts to introduce a take your own pace kind of feel. So in most of the other levels, you go into one arena, enemy spawn, kill them, door opens, you move on. Pretty much happens every level. There are enemies you can skip by just not killing them, you can move to the next room, fine. Oasis, it's more slower paced at the start because there's items scattered all across the map, but it's a trick. So every item you pick up, monsters will spawn. So for me, I got clears, I think 1 or 2 kamikazes, harpies and biomechs. You can get the whole shebang spawning on that. I know there's a reptiloid that could spawn if you go to the back right of the map, I believe. There's like some shotgun shells or something. You go there and then bang, a reptiloid will spawn at the temple in the top right corner of the map, which is your goal to get to. And once you get there, it's basically your average Egyptian themed level going through little passages and catacombs just to get your way out, and then obviously you land in the next level Dunes, which is again a really good level like I just mentioned. But for me personally, I just like the environment of Oasis a bit more. I think that's what makes Serious Sam 1 and 2 the best in the series in my opinion. After the first and second encounter, Serious Sam 2 onwards didn't really have any distinct environments, at least in my opinion. I mean, I really liked Siberian Mayhem, which is the newest installment in the Serious Sam games, because that was themed in the Arctic, and I wish there was more Arctic themed levels in the game. If you want a really good example of that, Serious Sam the Next Encounter has probably one of the best environments in the game with Atlantis. I think Atlantis is a really cool idea that Crow Team could expand upon in another game. There was a scrapped third encounter when the first two came out, and it had like gravity themed levels where you can like jump to and from gravity platforms. I think that should be a really good concept, but in the first two games, Oasis just has the best environment. It's green, it's beautiful to start with, and you spawn in the water as well, which is, in my opinion, the best part of the game. Like, the water textures look incredible. I wish the electrofish weren't a thing, but that's just me. I just personally think that Oasis is great. It's beautiful. I love the theme of it. I love the secret as well with the minigun, where you have to destroy the statue and then you got to find a separate chamber, of the room that the statue is in, and then you have to activate a secret bouncer, then the door opens and you can use the bouncer to jump straight into the minigun, and then that makes very easy work of the Marsh Hopper room. Do you know what the Marsh Hopper room is? I'll play you a clip of it right now. The music is incredible. Big props to the composer, as always. The music in the game is incredible. Again, like I would say, Dunes maybe has the best soundtrack for Serious Sam 1, tied closely with the Grand Cathedral level in the second encounter, because that soundtrack just gets me every time. It's like, yeah, I'm about to be a badass, so I really enjoy it. But the music in the Marsh Hopper phase is really cool. I like the concept of the Marsh Hopper room as well. Again, that's your classic Serious Sam. Like, you go into an arena, big arena, the door's locked, hordes of enemies spawn, you kill them, door opens, move on, and you get given ammo and armor and health, all that sort of stuff. But me personally, I just really like Oasis. I'm literally playing through Serious Sam 1 and 2 as we speak, and revisiting the game again after not playing it for a while, because I've played every Serious Sam game and I took a break after 4, but I came back just because I want to play through that cycle again. Game's a game, to be honest. I really like the level, the theme. Obviously, if we get another Serious Sam game, I'd love it to be more like the first two games, or the first two encounters. Sorry, the Serious Sam 2 is a spin-off at this point. I'm not counting that as canon, which a lot of people aren't, because Serious Sam 2 onwards is where it starts declining. Um, I think it picked up slightly more at 4. I really liked 4's environments, but I think it just got a bit too like AAA for me. I think if there's another Serious Sam game that comes out, it needs to be like not like a remaster of the original, but like a rework. So it's modernized for the 21st century, for 2024 gamers. But obviously keeping the same themes. Obviously, like we're gonna get tired of Egypt levels. We have been in Serious Sam 1, 2, and 3. There's always Egyptian theme stuff. So if we can get away from that, maybe like more what's the word? Like gladiatorial areas, like ancient Rome. There was Rome arenas in next encounter. A lot of levels in next encounter could obviously influence the next game. I mean, we could have like some Japanese themed ones where we go to like cherry blossoms, like sakura trees, or we go to Tokyo maybe. Like just make it look interesting, you know. But I don't know. I'm getting off topic, but I think personally Oasis is just the best level in the game, and it's a great introduction to the first encounter in terms of if you're playing through the game, you're gonna be stuck with the memory of Dunes and Oasis. So that's just me, but yeah.